Hi everyone, Crystal here from Galaxy Finds, and today I just have a chatty video, so if you've got some work to do, just put me on the background because I just wanted to talk consignment basically. So I've come to the conclusion that I need to break up with ThredUp, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing instead of that. So I didn't make any notes or anything, so I'm gonna let it flow here. So ThredUp over the past few years has made a lot of changes, and most of them have not been great, especially for resellers. And while I get that from a business standpoint for them, it kind of leaves us, with no other option on how to liquidate our our excess or our stuff that we haven't been able to move on our own. And it was a great outlet for us at first because, you could still sell your stuff, but, you sent it off and you were done with it. Like, you didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to pack it. You didn't have to deal with customers. You just sent it to them and they dealt with everything. And then it got to the point where it was so popular that it was taking up to almost 6 months to process a bag. And, some of us didn't really care as long as, we finally got to still use the services and whatever. But it's gotten to the point now where they've made so many restrictions that, like, it's not as easy to send in a bag to ThredUp. I'll put it that way. So when the last bag that I sent in, I think it was like 2 months ago, I sent in, I think, 30 items, and they sent me an email and they were like, we've accepted 100% of your bag. And I was like, awesome. Like, so then I go to the ThredUp page and I made a detailed list of everything I sent in, and I was missing I think 6 items or something. And I'm like, okay, it says they accepted 100%, but 6 items are missing. So I sent them an email and they're like, oh, you sent us some brands that we no longer pay people out for. And which I knew that was a thing, but like, I didn't know how many brands were actually on that list. There are like thousands of brands on that list. If you go to the page, if I can remember, I will link it below, the non-eligible payout brands from ThredUp. There are so many, and some of them are like brands that you wouldn't expect to be on there. Like, I know one that I was going to send in was Aerie, which is part of American Eagle, and they don't accept Aerie. So they don't accept any factory brands like Gap Factory or like anything with like the little dots underneath it. It's a factory brand. They don't accept like any of those, even if it's like new tags. Like, Gap Factory stuff actually retails pretty high, and it's still the same quality as their other stuff. So all of that, so I was annoyed by that. And so they did take all my items, but they listed 100% of my items, but they didn't put it in my bag of stuff that's going to get paid out. So they listed, the Sonoma shirt I sent in, but I'm not going to get anything for that. So it's like, it's kind of sketchy that they do that, because saying that they're not going to pay you out for these brands makes me think like, oh, they're just gonna either donate it or put it in a mystery box or whatever. No, they're actually still selling it and making money off of it. So that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Now they've also shortened their consignment period, so you only get 30 days to sell your stuff, which is not really a long time, considering like I like to go through and drop the prices, and like, you have to drop those prices quick, because otherwise, like, you're not going to make any money, because I like to start it as high as I can. So, and also if you start it over 50% of what they listed, if you go to reclaim that item, you have to pay like $7 to reclaim it. So I made them as high as I could, and I started, every week I was like dropping them a significant amount. By the end, I think I made like $8 on that bag. It was really frustrating, and it was like stuff that I really didn't ever want to see again, so I didn't reclaim it. But I was just like, it's annoying. It was really annoying, and so I don't think I'm going to send another bag into ThredUp. because that was really like my last chance. Like, throw everything that either I don't feel like listing, doesn't really like work in my closet or whatever, just throw it in there. It takes so long now because you have to go through that list of all those brands and make sure that they take that brand, and then, you know, it's too much. So I had to come up with something else. So I decided to visit a local consignment shop near me and, you know, see if they were accepting new customers. Fortunately, they were. One of my reseller friends, Alyssa, actually works there, and, you know, she recommended the place. I used to go to a different consignment store, but I don't think that they're accepting people anymore. I don't know. But anyway, I went there, and I've done now 3 consignments with them. And they do a 90-day consignment. They give you 40% of everything that sells, and you can reclaim your like higher end stuff. Like, if I send them like American Eagle, they will donate it at the end of 90 days if it doesn't sell. But if I give them Eileen Fisher, they will give it back to me. So I was fine with that arrangement. The last consignment store I went to would let you reclaim 100% of your stuff, but, you know, whatever works for their business, that's fine. So I've gotten 1 check so far. They only do checks quarterly there, so I have to wait till October 1st for my next check, but I do have money waiting for me, they said. So I'm finding this to be, one, a way more profitable way. Sorry, my nose is like itchy. It's a way more profitable way than ThredUp. And I get more, yeah, because I get more money and maybe not as many eyes on it because it's a physical store, but I'm only giving them brands that, you know, they have in their, like, they have more mature brands in their store, so that's what I'm bringing them. You know, I'm not going to bring them like super trendy like Zara pieces, because that's not what most people in there are looking for. Most people are looking for Eileen Fisher, Ann Taylor, J. Jill, Chico's, stuff that I don't personally love selling, but I find it all the time, and I usually find it for a good price. So that is another outlet on how I can liquidate some of my stuff. As you guys know, I have the most enormous death pile, or we call it a money pile. I'll try to insert a clip somewhere and show you like what I'm dealing with here. But I'm like, I need new ways to get rid of some of this stuff, and I just don't have time to photograph every single item in here. So I do have another opportunity coming up that I will be talking about soon when I am able to. That will hopefully help me liquidate a little bit more. And the thing is, when you're like liquidating your stuff, when you're not just selling it on a platform, you're obviously not going to make as much money. But I'm okay with making, you know, like double what I paid for it, which in some cases I only paid like $1 for stuff. So just move it. Just move it. If I don't have to photograph it, you know, just, there it is. The only thing with consignment stores I forgot to mention is that I do have to steam everything and put it on hangers, which can be such a pain in the butt for me because I got like nowhere to hang it. I got nowhere to store it. So like I usually do it like the night before, which I'm like scrambling like steaming 25 items and putting them on random hangers I can find in my office. But it's worked out okay. So for now, that is what I'm doing. Do any of you have any other liquidation processes you do? I know a lot of people are using Whatnot. I am really not interested in applying to Whatnot, but the whole process does definitely intrigue me. So yeah, just let me know if you've got any other helpful ideas for what you're doing. I know there's also swap.com that my friend Casey uses, and she says they're great. Has anybody ever used swap.com? Just let me know. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. I'm not quite sure what my next video is going to be. I know it's been a little while since I put one out, but I just wanted to touch base and, you know, chat for a little bit. So thanks for watching. Bye.